Hi, I'm Emma. We're going to be reading Look Inside a Tide Pool. So we're going to be learning about what's in tide pools. First chapter, at the top. So what lives on the top? A tide pool is a pond on the seashore that fills with seawater. A habitat is a place where animals find shelter or food. We find some animals at the top of the tide pool habitats. A limpet is a sea snail with a hard pointed shell. It climbs to rocks so that waves do not wash it away. It moves around to eat seaweed that grows on the rocks. An oyster catcher is a seabird with a long red beak. Oyster catchers fly down to eat animals such as mussels in the tide pools. Oyster catchers use their strong beaks to push limpets and other shells from the rocks. Sometimes they smash shells on rocks to open them. Then they eat the juicy animal inside. Shore crabs also come to tide pools to feed. They walk sideways over rocks and seaweed, looking for small or dead animals to eat. They catch their lunch with their big pinchers. Shore crabs are the same color as the rocks and seaweed. This helps the crabs to hide from hungry seabirds that try to eat them. Pause.
I'm not ready. Hello, children. It's your favorite Mary, Russell. And today we're going to be reading chapter 2. This is called On the Rocks. Some creatures live in the tide pools where they stick to another rock and stay there all their lives. Others move around the rocks looking for food. Dog whelks hunt limpets and other animals with shells. They use their sharp tongues to drill holes into the shells of their prey. Then they suck out and eat the animal inside. As we can see, that's a dog. Oh, it's a dog whelks. And they have small pointed shells. You see that? That's pointy, ladies and gentlemen. If you didn't know, oh, that looks weird. That's a mussel, by the way. Just like that. Anyways, mussels have 2 shells that can close tightly together. They grow and live together in groups on rocks. Each mussel makes sticky threads to fasten itself to rocks. So that means they grow on rocks. Mussels close their shells when out of water. So the mussels use their muscles to close their muscles. Mussels open their shells when underwater. So they're open they close out of the water and they open in the water. So they suck in the ocean water because they love to drink water, like we need for hydration. Mussels open their shells to eat tiny bits of food floating in the water. They stick out a tube and suck in water like a straw. Then they eat the food and spit the water out. Starfish have 5 arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With tiny suckers underneath. These suck onto rocks and seaweed so that starfish can move around the tide pool to find food. So they use the suckers on the rocks. Starfish can grow a new arm if they lose one. Scientific, my friends. The starfish has wrapped up a meal. It has caught the shell. Corky. The starfish uses the suckers on its arm to open the shells. It pushes it into its stomach, the shell around the animal on the inside. Then it digests its prey.